Welcome back to the channel. Hello.
You weirdo.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today it is Christmas Eve and we're coming to the end of 2019, so I thought I should make a video about my New Year's resolutions for 2020. I'm also going to be talking you through the process of making a vision board, which I've been doing for a few years now. Usually we make it on Christmas Eve, like my whole family. We get together, we make all our vision boards together, but I'm making mine a few days early this year. So I'm going to be showing you how to make a vision board and also showing you some examples of other vision boards I've used in the past. I've got my past two vision boards over here, don't have any further back than that, I don't know where they are. But we'll go with it. So I have made some New Year's resolutions for 2020. I've split them into 7 categories. I just find it a bit easier to compartmentalize different parts of my life and different parts of my personality, etc. And I think that's just what works best for me. Obviously, everybody else will have their own way of setting goals. Some people will split it into 3 categories. Some people will just write out all their goals. But for me, I've split it into health, self-growth, intellectual, relationships, spiritual, hobbies, and finance. This is just kind of like a rough goal of my New Year's resolutions. They might change over the next few days, but this is basically what I typed up the other day. In my health category, I have 4 New Year's resolutions. So number 1 is to be sugar-free by the end of the year. Now this is quite a big goal, and my basic idea is that I want to be sugar-free by the end of the year because I think, first of all, it will obviously be so much better for my health in terms of my skin, my body, and also I feel like it will be probably best for my mental health as well, because when I break out in spots, it's usually because I've been having too much sugar, and then it'll just make me feel better about myself in general if I have better skin. So it's going to be a bit of a process, but my plan is to basically cut out chocolate, sweets, fizzy drinks, cakes, all of that over the next few months. And then once I've done that, then I'm going to start cutting out sugar completely from my diet. So in normal day-to-day ingredients like pasta sauce, ketchup, pizza, everything I want to be sugar-free by the end of the year. My second goal is to go for a run once a week. So I actually used to do this. I used to go to the park run every Saturday, but I haven't been doing that recently. So I want to go for a run once a week, preferably on a Saturday. But if I am not in the UK, then I just want to go for a run once a week in general. My third goal is to drink 2 litres of water a day. So I generally drink quite a lot of water. I always have a water bottle with me, but I think especially during the winter months I kind of neglect drinking a lot of water, so I'm aiming to keep that up this year. My fourth goal is to meditate or practice yoga once a week. I go through phases with practicing yoga. I'm going to be doing 30 days of yoga at the start of this year, and I'm hoping to keep that up throughout the course of the year. And I also want to start meditating more, just to make me a calmer person and improve my mental health. Okay, I've just been told to be quieter by my sister. Anyway,
To read.
sorry. So I'm gonna basically practice I'm gonna be practicing yoga or meditating once a week. So in the self-growth category, I have 7 goals. So number 1 is to take part in a language course in Germany and learn how to speak German fluently. I will be speaking more about this next year. It will all start to make sense in like a month's time. But I want to learn how to speak German fluently. I did German at A-level, so I want to try and keep this up during my gap year. My second goal is to teach myself Dutch. I've been using Duolingo for a few months now, and I'm finding it relatively easy because Dutch is very similar to German, and I'm hoping to go to the Netherlands over the summer, so then I can put my Dutch into practice. Number 3 is to write in my diary once a week. I've actually kept a diary since I was 6 years old, I think. I got given a diary for my 6th birthday, and I usually write in it every Sunday, but there are times when I'm just so busy and there's so much going on in my life that there will be months at a time when I don't write. So I want to try and make it a habit that I write in my diary once a week. because I feel like it just clears my head, helps me get everything out onto paper and forget about it, move on. My fourth goal is to think of 3 things I'm grateful for every day. I keep a gratitude journal and I feel like it helps me feel so much better when I just write down 3 things I'm grateful for every day, and it literally takes less than 2 minutes to do this, so I want to try and make that a goal. My 5th goal is to find a charity I'm passionate about and donate to them. I love volunteering, I love contributing to charities, but unfortunately at the moment I am not really doing as much volunteering as I was doing last year, so now I actually want to find a charity that I'm passionate about and donate some money to them. Number 6 is to organise work experience in social media or marketing for this summer. So at the moment I am working for an LED lighting and infrared heating company, and I'm doing a lot of digital marketing and social media, writing blogs. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm hoping to organise some work experience with the BBC or Sky, Channel 4 over the summer to try and get more of an idea of what this kind of career is like and figure out if that's what I want to do in the future. And number 7 for self-growth is to read more about philosophy. I have been doing a fair bit of reading around philosophy, mainly German philosophers, and I found it really interesting so far, so I want to kind of find out a bit more about that. In the intellectual category, I've got 3 goals. So my first goal is to get into university. That is obviously quite a big goal. I mean, we're getting there, I've had offers, but now I just need to like firm where I want to go. I'm kind of debating out of 2 choices at the moment, so I need to do a bit more research into that, decide where I want to go to university, and hopefully I'll be happy about that. My second goal is to read 1 book a month and write book reviews to upload either on a blog or on YouTube. I spoke in my last video how I was going to be doing some book reviews about books I'd read that month, and I do a fair bit of reading, but it seems to fluctuate a lot throughout the year. I either read like 1 book a week or I read 1 book a month, so I want to try and make it a bit more of a regular thing. And number 3, I'm just going to keep this one private because it's something I'm trying to work on at the moment. It's quite a big goal that I've got, and hopefully in a few months I'll be able to talk more about it. So in relationships, I have got 2 goals. Number 1, to meet up with friends regularly and stay in contact with everybody who's at uni, because obviously everyone is at university at the moment, so I want to stay in contact with everyone. And number 2 is to be a good big sister, because I've got 3 younger siblings. My sister's over here telling me to be quiet, so yeah, that's one of my goals. So in the spiritual category, I've got 4 goals. Number 1 is to be more helpful to strangers and loved ones. I just feel like it makes you feel so much better when you are nice to people and you smile at people and you offer someone a helping hand, because you never know what someone's going through and you never know how much it can mean to somebody if you help them out. Number 2 is to be more spontaneous and say yes to every opportunity. I do feel like I'm a fairly spontaneous person and I enjoy saying yes to things, but I want to try and do it more because I feel like I really want to get out of my comfort zone this year and actually try out new things, try out new activities, develop some new hobbies, meet new people. So I feel like saying yes to every opportunity will help this. Number 3 is find the human situations and let loose, because I feel like sometimes I just take myself too seriously and it means that I end up getting very worked up about situations, stress myself out. So now I just want to try and find the human situations and not take myself so seriously. And number 4 is to say mantras every day. I've actually got some daily affirmations over here. So I've got these and I basically need to start saying these every day. They're just things like, I believe in myself, I'm strong, I feel happy and secure. And I want to say these every single morning and eventually every single night as well, but for the moment we're just going to try and focus on saying them once a day. So in the hobby categories, I've got 2 goals. Number 1 is to film and upload YouTube videos regularly. If this makes it onto the internet, we are working towards that goal, so that's good. And number 2 is to do more creative things like drawing, painting, photography. I'm naturally a very creative person. I feel like when I do something creative and channel my energy into doing something like drawing or painting, it makes me feel so much better. So I want to try and focus on that and hone in on my creative side this year. My last category is finance, and I've got 3 goals. Number 1 is to save up for travelling over the summer. Number 2 is to have a source of income throughout the year. Number 3 is to start making a budget. I do feel like I'm quite good with my money anyways, but I do want to make a budget to try and keep track of where I'm spending my money. So that's it for all of my New Year's resolutions for 2020. I hope that was insightful, and I hope that you've found that interesting to listen to. I enjoy listening to people's New Year's resolutions because I feel like it inspires me to consider if I can add things to my New Year's resolutions. So now, moving on, I'm going to be showing you how to make a vision board. Okay, so over here I've got 2 of my vision boards. I'm very briefly going to talk you through it, and then I'll get on to showing you how I'm making my vision board this year. Okay, so this vision board is one that I used during sixth form. I made this over the summer between year 12 and year 13. So I pretty much just put all of my goals on here, academically, things that I wanted to achieve with volunteering, travel, leadership, happiness, gratitude. So I feel like this was a really nice vision board to have for my sixth form because I feel like it encompassed all aspects of my personality, and it was quite general, so it didn't feel too constricted, and it also felt like it was relevant throughout the whole year. This one I made in September. Just ignore that over there was something over there, but we're going to go over that. So over here I basically put on travel, books I want to read, languages, being accepted to study German, the United Nations, because that's where I would like to work in the future, some inspirational quotes, of course, friends, family, a picture of Bavaria because I would love to go there, and that is pretty much it for my 2 vision boards that I've used within the past year. So now I'm moving on to how to actually make a vision board. A vision board is basically a A3 sheet of paper where you've either printed off photos from the internet, or you have gone through a newspaper or a magazine and cut out photos, and it basically encompasses all of your goals that you want to achieve over the next year, whether that's financially, academically, career-wise, spiritually. I've basically gone through my New Year's resolutions and found photos on Pinterest and basically saved all of them, broken them up into categories, and decided which photos I want to choose to represent them. So I'm briefly going to talk through what each of these photos represents and why they are on here. Starting off from the top, we have a nice I am confident power phrase, and I feel like that's really good in there and it'll make me feel confident when I look at it. Next we have the Dutch flag, because as I said before, I want to learn how to speak Dutch fluently, hopefully by the end of this year. Dreams really come true kind of encompasses how I want to write more, do more blogs, and also write in my diary. The BBC slogan is because I would like to organise work experience with BBC or Sky or some sort of associated channel over the summer. The woman meditating is supposed to represent me meditating or doing yoga, and a reminder to be a calmer person. We just have some general inspirational quotes. Don't stop until you're proud, radiate positivity, don't tell people your plans, show them your results. I really resonated with this one because I feel like it's so important just to get on with what you're doing. Drink water, nice little reminder to drink more water because especially during the winter months, as I said before, I do not do this. The paint tubes is meant to represent how I want to do more art and cultivate my creative side of my personality. The yes, yes, yes is there to remind me to say yes to more opportunities and not be afraid to try out a new activity. And then the family jumping at the bottom is meant to represent me and my family. We have the German flag. I want to go and visit Germany, and also, as I said before, I want to do a language course in Germany. The pile of books is meant to represent how I want to do more reading and read a book a week. Again, we've got more inspirational quotes. You go girl, don't count the days, make the days count. I love this because sometimes when I am very fixated on getting to a certain date, I will be counting down to that day rather than actually experiencing the moment and thinking of what's going on right now and actually enjoying my life. I love the don't take life too seriously, you'll never get out of life. I've heard that quote so many times, and it's just a reminder to not take myself so seriously and chill out. I've got the mantras, the grateful sign to remind me to write in my gratitude journal, be a light just to remind myself to be happy. I've got the travel fund because that's obviously meant to represent how I want to save up money for over the summer, a photo of a diary to remind myself to write in my diary every single week. I've got the United Nations logo on there again because I've got work experience over there in August and I need to save up to afford that, and it's basically meant to motivate me because I really want to work there in the future. And then right at the bottom I've got the little YouTube logo because I want to upload more YouTube videos, and that's supposed to be a reminder. Basically now I'm going to be sticking this down onto a piece of cardboard. We've got 5 pieces of cardboard here, 5 members of my family. I'm going to go for the yellow one because I feel like it's really lovely and bright, and I feel like it complements the colours of everything that I've chosen. So I'm just going to do a little time lapse of me now sticking these down and cutting them out onto this lovely cardboard. Okay, so I finally finished making my vision board. This is the final product. I changed the order around slightly from the time lapse, but I'm very, very pleased with it. And this will be going up on my wall somewhere. I will see it every single day. And if I go away anywhere, it will be coming with me because it's obviously very easily transportable. So I hope that you found this interesting and insightful into how to make a vision board, and also with finding out what my New Year's goals are. So I hope that you all have a lovely New Year and good luck with making all of your New Year's goals, and I will see you very soon in another video. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.